They've all taken over what he used to do, and he's really ticked off, okay? He is myth, baby. He is really just out there. So he teams up with the Sea Hag to try and actually eliminate Popeye by organizing the Brutuses and having them all try to kill Popeye, which they can't do, of course. And in the interim, I got to draw every version of Brutus that I could possibly find in the newspapers, and it was so much fun. The Italian Brutus is there, and the George Wildman Brutus. My favorite one is the Gene Deitch Brutus, which is in the middle there. He's the short one, the wise guy. He was really fun to draw, and I had to kind of cheat and change the Paramount Pluto to a Brutus. You know, I had to kind of stretch credibility a little bit. And I just, you know, it was, people are still writing about this episode now in the fanzines. You know, it's just really cool. So, I had a good time doing it for a while. It was really good.
Excellent. All right, thank you, Bobby. Well, Bobby, yes, Bobby, welcome. Bobby's reign on the feature ended in the early 90s, and right through to now, a gentleman called Hy Eisman is the current artist on Popeye, and as you know, we're celebrating the 90th anniversary of Popeye, and there's Hy celebrating that in a comic strip, so there's Hy Eisman. Popeye's evolved. In 2004, Popeye went 3D with Popeye's Voyage, the Quest for Pappy. And one of the most interesting things is there's an artist called Jeff Koons who did a statue of Popeye, and there it is. And believe it or not, that sold for $28 million. I think as cartoonists we're in the wrong game. We need to become sculptors. But $28 million, and you can actually see that at the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas.
That was $28 million at auction, which went to charity, so no one got the $28 million from the charity.
Yeah.
Want to make sure no one thinks somebody got really rich out of it.
Yeah, good point. And then bringing us right up to today.
Oh, jeez.
You can now see Popeye's Island Adventure. I think this debuted last year on the YouTube channel.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And that brings us right back up to date. And as I say, it's Popeye's 90th.
That's better.
And there's all sorts of excellent things going on. And probably the best person to tell you about what's happening with Popeye now and into the future is basically the head of King Features, CJ Kekler.
Just sitting on the panel, I feel like I am really truly sitting on the shoulders of those who've come before us. We are incredibly lucky to represent a character like Popeye, an unbelievably multi-generational property that seems to have beloved fans of all ages. And, you know, as I sort of sit and listen to the panel, frankly, I have more questions for them than about what would you do with Popeye if you were me now, given where the audiences are. You know, we look at the animation and it's hysterically funny. We all laughed out loud. I watched the faces in the audience when a real Popeye cartoon comes on and everyone's mesmerized. But as a current executive in entertainment, yeah, it's a little more violent than parents want their kids watching these days. So how do we bring Popeye into next generations for children or folks, grandchildren or nieces and nephews to enjoy Popeye and make Popeye relevant for kid audiences while maintaining the reverence that we have for the character in terms of the history of the character and frankly the way the character was created by so many folks long before us. So we have a very interesting role, I think, to play where we are balancing the authenticity of E.C. Segar's creation of Popeye as well as as the many iterations of Popeye that went beyond ECC Guard, including Bobby's and everybody else's, and High's and everybody else who are now have ownership in Popeye. This is a character that everyone knows and loves. So one of the things we've done this year to celebrate Popeye's 90th is our esteemed comics editor, T. Fugner, who's right there in the second row, came up with this fantastic idea that for Popeye's 90th birthday, let's reach out to talent, cartoonist talent, and ask lots of folks to create a Popeye strip in celebration of his 90th. So Lanier's has done one, Hi Osmond has done one, Jeffrey Brown has done one. We have women drawing Popeye, Carol Lay, Sandra Lundy, that never happened. So part of our role is to take Popeye to multi-generations and extend the legacy, but do it in a way that it's relevant for the next generation of audiences. So we're doing that in print for Popeye. You'll see the good folks at NCS also have an auction of Popeye art this weekend, which we're enormously thrilled to sponsor. All proceeds go to charity. Again, this is a continuing theme for those of us who feel this reverence towards the character. How can Popeye contribute to some of the stuff that goes on these days and help raise money for important causes? So the art auction will raise money for the NCS Festival's Foundation. We are also joining forces, literally announced this week, with Red Nose Day. I don't know how many folks know about Red Nose Day, but it's a giant effort started by Comic Relief. There will be a production on NBC next Thursday, May 23rd, and Popeye is the face of Red Nose Day. We've done t-shirts for Red Nose Day, selling those where 100% of those proceeds will go towards alleviating child poverty. So keeping Popeye relevant for next generations and keeping him in what I like to say the cultural zeitgeist is part of what we're looking to do. We created we did create the Popeye Island Adventure cartoon series. We produced 25 two-minute shorts with a company called Wild Brain, primarily to see if we could generate an audience of 4 to 7-year-olds. So I encourage everyone to go to the YouTube channel. It's called the official Popeye YouTube channel, and check out the integration of both the original Popeyes as well as the new Popeyes. And believe me, we got a lot of pushback. You know, that's not our Popeye. And we said, no, this is Popeye for a 4-year-old. Exactly. And so we're looking to bring more audiences to Popeye. We've also done the licensing side. Popeye is an image, and nothing makes me happier than seeing this gentleman in the second row with his Popeye t-shirt on, and it looks like a Popeye phone case. There we go. Animal. Thank you. It just makes me, I can't tell you, because for what we do is find partners who can interpret Popeye for fans. And sometimes that means incredibly high-end streetwear lines with Puff and Bathing Ape and fancy streetwear brands like that, to relationships that we've developed at Zara, at H&M, at Uniqlo, and have done enormous work at retail by keeping Popeye alive at these shops, as well as doing more and more new updated visuals for Popeye so that you can buy whatever you want on demand. And that's a new area for us, so you want a Popeye mug and there's not a licensee that makes it, we can make it on demand now. So it's a way for us to give fans what they're looking for and connect with fans, because let's face it, the way these characters live on, it's because there's some emotional connection to the character. Whether it was from the original Popeye cartoons or from the new Popeye Cartoon Club that we're now distributing, or just from the imagery that was Popeye because you relate to him as a character. Our goal is to make sure that we continue to connect on all of those levels. So that's a little bit about what we're doing. Can't think if I forgot anything major.
I don't think so.
But actually, I would like to take the time and ask my co-panelists, if that's okay with you, if I break up the format just a little bit. You know, Jerry, because you are such an animation historian, I would love to hear from you as we think about Popeye for next generation. Where do you think the storyline goes?
The storyline of, well, I mean, I'm not going to write comic scripts for you, but Popeye, I think we've returned in a weird way to where Popeye came from as a society. I think that there's, you know, a lot more people who can identify with the underdog character. Popeye's been said to be the first superhero because he was before Superman, and he had super strength and all that fighting stuff. But that was all also, by the way, done very, very humorously. It wasn't done really with you know, evil. I don't know what to call it, evil violence. It was all funny violence in a way. I think we're back to a period where people could identify with this character. I mean, I used to joke about 10 years ago when I would talk about Popeye. I'd say, imagine trying to sell walking into Nickelodeon with a new pitch for a character who's like 40 years old, his one eye's been closed from a fight, he's got a pipe in his mouth. I mean, you'd never sell that in a million years. But I think we're back to a period where adults and children and, you know, love classic animation, hand-drawn animation, and the look of the characters, the look of thimble theater, the look of hand-drawn artists. I love what you're doing with the Comic Strip Club. I believe in it. I know I'm friends with Gendy Tartakovsky, and he had a spectacular pitch going for a Popeye feature, which I wish was made. That would have been great. I know it would have been great. So, you know, we need to keep, in all of our trenches, we need to keep fighting
I wish that movie would have been
Popeye alive. I quickly say to you that I've been involved with Warner Brothers and Popeye for decades in the film front. And getting it to come out on video and DVD 10 years ago was a major milestone. We thank King Features, we've been wanting to put Popeye out forever, and we're just so happy that we're able to do it now because these cartoons are classics. They're gems. They're real classic cinema. So there's nothing old about it.
For that. No, there's nothing old about it. And Warner Brothers has done the really hard work of remastering and upgrading the video, and I think we are forever in debt for that. So thank you for your
Vice
involvement.
versa. Thank you for letting us do it. Anyway, what do you
No,
think?
Peter, do you have a view? I will say when we did the new Popeye for YouTube, we really tried to go back to thimble theater as much as possible. And we figured for the fans, there would be plenty of Easter eggs, and for little kids, there would just be physical humor.
Well, the one thing I remember about Popeye from the cartoons and from the comic strips that he didn't go for people who hate on the up and swear. So maybe that's something that can be brought up because that's something that kids are very conscious about the environment and about the society they're going to have to live in. So maybe Popeye can help the kids fight against them folks that hate on the up and swear. Maybe not with punches, but with ways to bring kids more into the society.
You'll be pleased. On the new Popeye on YouTube, he lives on a houseboat. He has rain barrels, and really, Pluto is all about getting the spinach, not olive oil, because she's her own woman now and far more independent than, you know, having to be rescued from train tracks. So we've come a long way.
Yeah. Well, I think on that note, we're just about running out of time, and I need to tell you a couple of things. Down at the other end of Main Street, we have 3 major international exhibitions. One on soccer, one is a French comics exhibition, and the main exhibition is the 90 years of Popeye, and you can see the entire timeline. You can see examples of the Popeye's Cartoon Club. But also we have, I think, something like 60 pieces of original art by such people as Patrick McDonnell, the Muppets creator, Gary Trudeau, who does Doonesbury, Jim Davies, who does Garfield, and a host of stars. and they've all done their own interpretation of Popeye. It's some fabulous artwork. It's there for you to see until June, and as CJ said, we're then going to auction that off through Heritage Auctions, so it'll be an online auction, and all the proceeds go to the NCS Foundation, which is the charitable and educational arm of the NCS. And so on that note, we do have time for just one or two quick questions, and then I should tell you that we won't be signing here. We'll go straight out into the signing tent, which is directly opposite this one here, just a couple of yards away. So if you want to meet and greet, if you want to get something signed, we've got time for one question. so the Popeye fan here, you get the one and only question we've got time for.
Well, this is kind of a niche question for Mr. Beck. The new Popeye DVD set that was announced yesterday is going to have Popeye and the Pirates on it. Is it going to be the uncut version of Popeye and the Pirates?
He's asking a very niche question. I will answer it. This will be the first time anybody knows about it. Unfortunately, we have that cut in it. We explain the cut in a card. Long story short, there was a gag cut out. Popeye gets dressed up in drag to fight the Bluto-esque pirate. And it was cut out in its initial release. We researched it, we went back to the original negatives, and that cut is there. And it's very awkward, but I think back then they just figured nobody would pay attention. That's what I think they thought, because I don't understand why it was released that way. But we found original prints from the nitrate prints from the 40s. This is the way the film was released. We could not find that missing footage. So we do explain it at the very beginning of the cartoon, but we've restored it. It looks spectacular otherwise.
Right.
You'll see this. I'm very, very happy with the next set.
So I'm
Thank
sorry,
you.
but as I said, we're out of time. We're going to clear this tent out because coming up next is Jeff Keane of Family Circus. But before you go, I think a round of applause for our panelists: Peter Maresca, Jerry Beck, Bob Lemon, and CJ Pepper. So half an hour from now,